English Language Arts, Module 1 Overview, Grade 5, Becoming a Close Reader and Writing to Learn, Stories of Human Rights. Guiding Questions. What are human rights? What lessons can we learn about human rights through literature and life? How can we tell powerful stories about people's experiences? The big ideas? We learn lessons about human rights from the experiences of real people and fictional characters. Characters change over time in response to challenges. People respond differently to similar events in their lives. Authors conduct research and use specific language in order to impact their readers. There are 3 units in each module. Each unit has 2 assessments. Mid-Unit Assessment 1, Human Rights, Vocabulary, and Common Prefixes. Students demonstrate acquisition of new vocabulary based on multiple choice questions. In Part 2, students will be asked to write a short answer response to the following prompt. What are human rights? The focus of this assessment is on students building knowledge about the central concept and on acquiring and using new vocabulary terms. End of Unit 1, On-Demand Writing, Analysis of a Human Rights Account. Students independently read and annotate another first-hand human rights account. Students respond in an on-demand format to specific questions that require them to synthesize their learning from this unit and refer directly to both the UDHR and the first-hand account. Students read From Kosovo to the United States, the first-hand account of Usa Ajat, and ask clarifying questions and annotate this text. Students respond to a series of questions about the text. What human rights challenges Esau faced, and how he responded, and what human rights were upheld. Mid-Unit 2, Analyzing Sections of Esperanza Rising on My Own. Students read a chapter of Esperanza Rising for homework. They analyze the challenges Esperanza faces and how she responds, citing textual evidence. Students respond to questions regarding academic vocabulary and figurative language. Note: this Mid-Unit 2 assessment is not intended to formally assess students' writing. Most students will write their responses, in which case it may also be appropriate to assess students on Writing 5-9. However, if necessary, students may dictate their answers to an adult. End of Unit 2, On-Demand Writing, Analytical Essay about how Esperanza changes over time. Students will write an essay in which they explain how Esperanza changes over time. Students will be expected to analyze Esperanza's growth and development by comparing how she responds to events earlier and later in the novel. Each student will select the 2 or 3 key events that best support his or her analysis of Esperanza's growth and development. Mid-Unit 3, Evaluating a Novel versus a Script. Students will reread a passage from Esperanza Rising and a scene from a Reader's Theater. Students will compare and contrast the text using a Venn diagram. Students will then answer text-dependent questions using evidence from both texts in their answers. The end of Unit 3 is an on-demand assessment, individual scene of a Reader's Theater script. Students will write their best draft of their narrative in the form of a scene of a Reader's Theater script. The focus is on showing the connection between one article of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and selected passages from Esperanza Rising. Students will demonstrate characters' experiences with human rights challenges and how they overcame those challenges. The performance task: students will collaborate in small groups to combine their individual scripts into a longer, single script based on their common UDHR article. They will refine their group script with a focus on narrating the themes of the UDHR and on smooth transitions between individual script scenes. Students will choose props, rehearse, and then perform the Reader's Theater scripts for the class and or school or community. The criteria for this performance task includes a script and performance with 4 characters including a narrator, narration that links each scene to the UDHR theme, clear transitions between scenes, effective introduction and conclusion, keywords and details, identified speaking roles for each member, props to enhance the performance, and a clear speaking voice using appropriate pacing, fluency, and intonation. The protocols that you will come across during this module include exit tickets, fist to 5, write, pair, share, a gallery walk, quiz trade, jigsaw, triad structure, entrance tickets, chalk talk, catch and release, praise, question, suggest. To help support all students in your class, you will want to create anchor charts and leave them visible for all students and refer back to them, including class-created charts. You will want to chunk the text, use student journals, vocabulary sketches on flashcards, modeling protocols, providing learning targets and referring to them throughout the units, create sentence stems and frames, audio recordings so all students have access to all text, vocabulary learning strategies including prefixes, suffixes, root words, provide notes, possibly instead of having students copy notes, reviewing vocabulary, providing extra time, and using visuals. These will support all students, and it is up to the teacher to know their students and what supports will work. Thank you. This is Module 1.